Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Okay, great. So today we are going to learn a Kubernetes. Okay, so let's get started with the Kubernetes. Now, guys, Kubernetes will bring health for you. Health for you, wealth for your organization, and happiness for both of us, me and my employer. Okay, so it's good, right? We are getting benefit from this tool. So if you want to understand how it can help you to build the good health, how this can help you to good wealth for your organization, and how both of us can be happy together. So for that, you need to know what is Kubernetes, how Kubernetes works. That's we also call it Kubernetes architecture. We have to install the Kubernetes and then we have to work on the pods deployment and blah 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 blah. Okay, so that is the stuff. So we need to understand how Kubernetes can help you to bring health, wealth, and happiness. So let's get started. What is Kubernetes? So guys, one thing I would like to tell you here before getting into the what is Kubernetes. All of you, I don't know whether you are a developer, whether you are a QA, whether you are operations, whether you are IT, whether you are a DB, whether you are networking or any other profile, okay, you are working on. Please today, now, next 2 to 3 days, please feel as if you are in operations. Operations, the one, those person who's handling the production servers. Okay, so much of responsibilities you must be having to handle those production servers. Okay, so assume that as if you are doing that, you are a kind of person who's handling that production server. So if you think in that perspective, in those line, then you will understand the Kubernetes more easily, and then you understand the benefit of Kubernetes in a more better way. Okay, so please get into that picture. So what is Kubernetes? So in order to answer this question, what is Kubernetes, we need to understand where did it come from, what does it do, where does the name mean, what does the name mean, and why do we have it? So these are the 4 questions. If I answer, you will get to know what is a Kubernetes. So let's find it out from where did it come from. So guys, Kubernetes has come from the Google. Yes, it's born in Google, and in 2014 this got donated to CNCF. Now those who have no idea about the CNCF, please go to their website cncf.io and know about that. This is one of the community which owns at least more than 20 to 30 projects. All are very popular and all are very good in demand. They have a very good demands in the market. And if you look at their valuations also is very pretty high actually. So look at the CNCF. It's a community, it's an organization which govern all the open source project under them, and you must be having some graduating project, undergraduating projects and stuff like that, incubating projects and all stuff like that. So just go and spend some time. So yes, overall Kubernetes is a product of CNCF which was donated by Google in 2014. Now this tool is written in Golang by default because it's coming from the Google's language is Golang, so it's written. You can download the source code from the GitHub, the one which you can find it out. Their website is kubernetes.io, Slack channels, Meetup channels, and all these are there. So yes, Kubernetes coming from there. But we also believe the DNA is matching with the Bog and Omega. Now, what is Bog and what is Omega? Here, the DNA is matching with the Bog and Omega. So let me tell you guys here, I have no much knowledge on the what is Bog and what is Omega, but I know one thing for sure is that the kind of infrastructure which you are using every day and a night of Google searches, Gmail, this, that, and hundreds of services they have, you know that, which is never been down even for a single second. Highly available, highly scalable, such a vast amount of applications which they are running, and such a vast amount of application what they're running with a few minimal people, few people. Just imagine. Why? How come? Because of Bog or because of Omega? So yes, Bog and Omega is a platform on which Google runs their applications. So it's a proprietary tool, Google's proprietary tool. Not much information is available in the public domain, but still you can find lots of blogs and all, so you can read it if you have interest. But here I'm not saying that Kubernetes, which is open source, which is basically a next version of Bog or Omega. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I am saying that the DNA is matching. That means Kubernetes has certain similar capability what Bog and Omega has it. And on top of that, Kubernetes has come from the Google. So we believe the DNA is matching, not the functionalities are matching. What functionality you have in Bog and Omega, we have very limited information in the public domain. But Kubernetes also has something similar capability. Using Kubernetes, you can run such a vast amount of application runtime environment in a data center with a minimal people. Okay, so that is the reason we call it Kubernetes DNA is matching with Bog and Omega. So guys, did you understand a little bit of idea about this? What is Kubernetes? Where did it come from? All of you?
So is it like Kubernetes is a subset of Borg or Omega when we say DNA is matching?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm very clear about that. I don't know. I'm very clear about that. Only the DNA is matching. In a simple way, I'm trying to tell you, Kubernetes has something similar capability. Kubernetes also can manage such a vast amount of runtime environment for the application with a minimal management capability with a few people actually. How? Anyways, we will explore 2 days, next 3 days, I guess, with that. But I'm saying DNA is matching, not it's like extension or additional releases or maybe minimal releases of Bog and Omega. No, I'm not saying that. No one has claimed for it. Make sense?
Yeah.
So guys, what is the meaning of the Kubernetes? This is a very interesting slide actually. Okay, what is the meaning of the Kubernetes? So basically, this keyword Kubernetes has been taken from one of the Greek word, which is called helpsman. I don't know why every name has been coming from the Greek word helpsman only. We should be taking from the Sanskrit also, right? So, but yeah, this is from the Greek word that's called helpsman. What is the meaning of the helpsman? The person who steers a ship. So how it is correlated? Remember guys, think simple. You have such a small fishing boat, and that is also steered by one person. Okay, one person who control the entire ship, small ship. But you may have an aircraft carrier also, or or let's say such a largest petroleum vessels which export and import the petroleum, petrol and stuff like that. The size is maybe 600, 700 meters in. That also, such a large ship also is controlled by one person. So you have only one helmsman in a small fishing boat, and you have only one helmsman in the largest ship of the on this planet, and that person can control your boat, can control your ship. So same way, guys, what here we are trying to tell you is your data center may be constituted of only one server, or your data center may be constituted of 100 servers, or may 500 servers, or 1000 servers. Only one tool can manage it entirely. And who is that? Kubernetes. Not you, Kubernetes. How? We need to know about that. So guys, Kubernetes is the helpsman for your data center for running applications with the minimal capabilities, with the minimal efforts, with the minimal resources. That's the one thing. So yep, this is the definition of Kubernetes. In short, we call it KATS. So guys, in short, in summary, yes, it's born in Google, donated to CNCF in 2014. Open source, Apache 2.0 license, anyone can do whatever you want it. First ever release has happened in July 2015. It's a pretty new product actually. It's just a 5 years old. Okay, and from last 2 years, trust me, so many functionality has been added. Okay, written in Golang and rest of the things. So guys, this is the Kubernetes. So now you understood, okay, fine. This is a tool which can do lots of wonder thing. I got to know the origin of this particular tool, release, which organization which manages all this stuff. I got to know where to find the source code. But the question, most important question is, why should I use it? Maybe it has so many benefits, but I want to know the benefits first. So I will try to learn and then see that how it goes. So guys, we need to know why we need to use Kubernetes. And the answer is hidden in this slide. Look at it very carefully. The answer is hidden in this slide. What is this? Containers bring scalability challenges. That's a first statement. Because of that, we are using Kubernetes. And second statement, what we have is, we are starting to view the data center as a computer. Okay. So I don't know how many of you have understood, but I am not able to understand this. How this container brings scalability challenges, so we need Kubernetes. And how can we view the data center which has hundreds of computer, thousands of computer as a one computer? As a one computer. Why we need to view that whole computer as a one computer, one compute unit? I said I'm not asking you to imagine, but we need to look at that one compute unit. Why? So guys, these two statements we need to understand very well. I mean, in a nice way. Okay, these are the two reasons which we have. So we need a Kubernetes technology. So now you only let's try to find out. Think about it, guys. And I'm going to ask you a few questions. I would request you all to give me the prompt answer, so that way it will be great. So guys, here there is a one requirement. So I have one node and I wanted to run four containers initially. Okay, think about it. I wanted to run 4 container initially. So I run 1 container, 1 node, 2 container, 3 container, 4 container. Now guys, who's the container management tool for the time being? What we have learned? Guys, container management tool?
Docker Compose.
Docker.
Wonderful. So guys, you know that Docker is managing all these containers very well. You know that very well. Now guys, suddenly, you know what? We have a requirement to scale that 4 to 40. Now remember, this machine can maximum handle 4 containers only. That's a limitation. So if I want to know, if we want to run 36 more container, what do we do in this case? Tell me.
Either we need to have multiple Dockers or the Docker needs to scale up.
So you are going to add more node, correct now? 1 node, 2 node, 3 node, 20 node, 30 node, 40 node. This will continue growing. So here you have a Docker. Here you have also Docker. Here also you have Docker. And this will also manage container. This will also, this is how you grow. Remember. So guys, here, look at this at the large scale. I'm have requested already all of you to think in an operations mindset. Don't think in terms of development mindset. Come out of that development mode. You are managing a data center. You are managing a container technology. You are running not in a one machine. You are running in hundreds of machines. So the question is, how can we manage multiple Docker? Remember, I have given you the training on the Docker each and every functionality from last 2.5 days. You know each and every functionality of Docker engine. Have you got to know a Docker engine, any such capability which can manage another Docker? I'm saying, yeah, Docker, can it manage another Docker? No. Docker can manage only one host, and Docker can manage number of containers in that particular host. So now if you want to scale it up, then who will manage the multiple Docker? Simple question. Who will manage simple Docker? You don't have a 2 machine or 10 machine. You have 30 machines, 100 machines, thousands of machines. Who will manage these thousands of machines and Docker in it? Do we have any tools for it? So now you correlate. Container technologies are good. You know that why we have learned containers. Containers are very good. It save your CPU, it save your RAM, it save your licensing cost for operating system, it save your time, it save the sharing environment from one to another through images. Everything it is doing for you. But when it comes, when you bring that container technology for the production, then you have a problem with the scalability. When you scale it up, the container technology to the multi-host, then the problem is here we do not have any tool, we do not have a Docker, we do not have a technology with a Docker, we don't have a functionality with a Docker engine to manage the large number of machines. So guys, there's a gap here. Are you able to understand it or not? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is the first question, guys. That's the first question. Now, second question. Guys, think in this way. Okay, you know that I'm the human. I will connect to the DNS server. DNS server will hit to the load balancer, and load balancer will hit the multiple Apache. 1 machine, 2 machine, 3 machines, 100 machines, and then app server, this continue. One load balancer, multiple load balancer, you have it in your production. I'm stating all the time, reminding you, think in terms of operations. So this load balancer will balance hundreds of Apache. This load balancer will balance hundreds of Tomcat. This load balancer will balance 100 of database engine, and then finally database directory. Limited capability we have seen in the Docker Compose also. I've shown you. Okay, so guys, so here this container you are running, but what is your end goal? What is your end goal? To serving your client, serving to your load balancer. So now you tell me, guys, think and then tell me. You can take up a time. What, based on your learnings with the Docker, tell me, can I load balance all 10 containers by this load balancer? Can I load balance this, this all are Apache containers. Can I load balance? Tell me yes or no. And if you say yes, why so? Tell me.
It should be right. It should be right because in the load balancer, we generally kind of configure for different ports and nodes, right? So I think at the end of the day, we know that it will be having a specific IP to access the Docker, right? Internally.
Sir. Partially you are correct, partially you are wrong. Think one more time. I'm asking you to think, because I know that you are thinking about the load balancer, but you are not thinking about the containers. Think, tell me. Anyone else would like to comment on this? Scope of the containers. Anyone else? Guys, are you there with me? Guys, you remember the containers.
I think if you set up the networking that you can access all the containers from the load balancer, then you should be able to balance across them, unless you're talking about
but
something.
in reality, only so
the containers
now
are not talking to each other, right? So it's not
see,
talking.
guys, you
it's
forgot the fundamental of these containers. The containers are not accessible from outside. The scope of the containers were only limited to the host only. I have explained you networking very well. So now the question is, how can you access this container outside, from outside? So you will expose this container at the node port. Correct? Correct? -p, remember
Yes.
-p, you have used it.
Yes.
So guys,
Port
you
forwarding.
expose, yeah, so you expose this container at 80 port. So now the question is, what about this container? You will be able to expose this container at the 80 port?
No, port conflict.
81, 82. You can expose on 81, 82, 83, all these things, but not the same port. But you tell me how the load balancer works. What is the rule of the load balancer? All of you.
Same port, right? Should work.
This is the problem here. Think operations. The problem with the container is good. They are saving lots of CPU, RAM, licensing cost and time. But the problem here is I cannot use the container from outside. How? Load balancer has to access those containers. But unfortunately, the scope of the container is only limited to the host. I cannot access from outside. If you want to access, you have to port forward, and for more than one container you cannot expose at the same port. And if you are not able to expose at the same port, what is the use of the container? Simply I will run application in the same host. What is the use of the container? So guys, here these load balancer will not be able to balance multiple container, because rule of the load balancer is very simple: different IP address, same port. Here what you are getting, same IP address, different port. So load balancer will not work. So guys, the problem, did you understand the problem now?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes.
So the problem here is, how can we solve this networking problem? I said networking problem. I repeated multiple times. Networking is networking. How can we solve the networking problem for the container? So it should be accessible by the load balancer. In a simple way, it should be accessible from outside of the host within a cluster. How can we solve it? We don't have a solution with the Docker. Docker engine is not providing any solution as such. So Docker is good, but to manage the container, but within a host. Yes, but if you talk about the scalability, that's a problem. So now you correlate these topics, guys. Here I said containers bring scalability challenge. When you scale, when you are in a production, you don't scale when you are in dev environment. You need to scale when you are in production, and when you want to scale container technology, you get a challenge. That challenge is like, how can we manage from one place a multiple Docker host? How can we have a container accessible to the load balancer? one more issues, guys. I feel there's many issues you can keep on talking about, but one more things I would like to tell you, guys. Remember, think simple. Right now it's 3 o'clock a.m. 3 a.m. Consider you are working for the US shift. For them, I think it will be 3 a.m. somewhere close to it. All the people are sleeping. I said you will get better health when you use the containers. I mean, sorry, Kubernetes. So all people are sleeping. And suddenly what has happened, because of some reason, think about it. You were running thousands of container, okay, in the production, and the average at the time, the traffic which can handle 5,000. Now, due to some reason, one or multiple hosts got down. What was the reason? I don't know. It can be hardware reason. It can be software reason. It can be application reason. It can be network reason. It can be security issues. It can be anything. Because of some reason, it got down. So what used to happen? Because of some reason, your half of the infrastructure is down, or let's say 20% itself is down. So now you are having 500. Just imagine 500 containers running for 5,000 people. What will be a problem people will be facing? Your customer, tell me. What will be the problem your client will be facing?
Availability.
Lack of resources.
Something else, we call it that keyword, actually very fine-tuned keyword. If you're in a QA, then you will tell me immediately.
Reliability.
Not reliability. Let me tell you here. Let's say if you open up Ola software to book a cab and it's not opening up, then what you will do? It's not opening. I'm not saying it's not available. I'm saying it's not opening up. It's taking 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Restart.
What you will do? No, you will not restart. You'll do something else. You'll do something else.
Refresh. I'll keep on refreshing.
No, you will immediately migrate to Uber. I'm telling you. Ola is not opening up, no problem. You will migrate to Uber. And this is what it happened. 1,000 containers were running with a 5,000 customer. Your response time, that's what I'm talking about. Your response time, maybe it's a 2 second. Now, because of this, now your whole infrastructure is running on 500 containers and same number of users, your response time become a 5 seconds, let's say. So what will happen? Your customer will migrate to your competitor websites. You will move to Amazon to Flipkart, or Ola to Uber, or in long run ICICI Bank to HDFC Bank, something like that. Response time is important. Remember, as per the study suggest, 70% of the people abandon their purchase because of the bad performance of the website. Abandoned or postponed. So this is the problem. So guys, what has happened? Simple thing. So now what you're going to do? Your L1 team is going to call you, sir, please get up. We have a problem in the server. We have a problem with the server. We have to resolve it. Everyone will be getting called. Security, IT, networking, dev, QA, managers, architect, everyone will be called at the midnight at 3 o'clock, and you will have to get up and you will have to log in. You have to support why it got down. Don't you think so? Guys?
Correct.
So that is what I'm saying. If you don't have to do anything as such, you don't have to do anything as such. If you have some tool which can take care of your desire versus actual. When I say desire versus actual means, you set I need at any given point of the time, I need the 1,000 container. So even though if you got down 50% of the resources, remaining 500 containers got down because of some reason, within a second, I repeat, within a second, remaining 500 containers should be replaced, created a new container to serve the traffic. No one is getting called. No one is getting call for L1, L2, all this war room strategy. Nothing is.
To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
Required. No need to have a downtime for few hours. You don't need to send an email for downtime. Automatically, there should be tools. Automatically should be replacing the container and creating a new container and adding to the load balancer. So we should be having such tool actually. What I'm trying to tell you, we should be having some tools which can match, which should be taking a guaranteed of your desire. I have a desire of 100 containers should be 1000 containers should be running all the time. So it should not be 999. It should not be 1001. It should be 1000 means 1000. So because of some reason it got down, some nodes got down, some nodes is not reporting, some of the containers is not reporting. Immediately this tool should do all the work. Not me, not you, we will not be getting called in the production in the midnight. No health issues. So guys, in short, do we have any capability as such with the Docker? No, Docker cannot do as such. You have gone through all the functionality of the Docker from last 2.5 days. We did not find any as such capability. So in short, guys, containers bring scalability challenges. That means when you bring the containers technology to the production, you cannot manage multi-Docker host through the Docker engine. You cannot make the container accessible outside of the host through the Docker engine. You cannot manage the desire set, and it should be actual. You cannot set the actual and desire should be matched all the time. We don't have any capability. So guys, this is the problem with the containers. We don't have a with this feature with the Docker. All these are question marks. So that is the reason when we bring the containers to technology to the operations production, that has a challenges. So now, did you understand this statement? Containers bring scalability challenges. Did you understand that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, guys, next question is, we are starting to view the data center as like one computer. So guys, when you talk about the container technology, think simple. Think simple. You have experienced the Docker from last 2.5 days. So tell me one thing. Let's say this is our node. Okay. And this node is powered by multiple hard disk. STD. This is the disk. This is multiple CPU. 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiple RAM. But on top of that, here Docker is installed. So tell me one thing, Docker, the one which you have here, Docker will view entire compute unit as a one compute unit or multiple? Tell me. In one node only.
One computer unit.
One compute unit, simple. And accordingly, they will allocate to the container. Simple. The rule is very simple. So guys, the problem here is you are running now container in the multi-host. Think simple. This node, this node, this node, this node, this node. So now, guys, there should be some tool here. There should be some tool here. You know, this tool will place the work as per their availability. Intelligent tool. Okay. So let's say you have this node, you have a 10 GB, but this node you have only 2 GB, and this node you have a 16 GB. This node you have some 20 GB. I don't care. But this tool should be very intelligent. Okay. And he should place all the work to all the node as per their availability. If this is a 10 GB, I will place few more extra container. If it is a 2 GB, I will place limited containers, like that. Intelligent tool. Think, you are not managing 1 or 2 machines, guys. Think simple. You are managing thousands of machines. You are the only single person. You are managing the thousands of machines. Can you do that? Can you allocate the resources? Can you assign the work? Work means when I say running the container in the host machine based on their availability, based on their limitation, all this thing. Can you handle this alone, or a team of 4 or 5 people? No, it's a very difficult task. But guys, can we outsource this work to someone else, something else? So guys, that way we need a tool. Think about it. We need a tool, no matter how many nodes you have added into that, and each node how many CPU, RAM, and storage you have it. But we need an intelligent tool who should view entire data center as one computer, and he can place that work means container, to the node as per their availability. As per their availability. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Guys, yes. So we have to start viewing the data center as a one computer. Why we have to start viewing? Because of we are in a container world, guys. We are in a container world. So we have to start viewing the data center as a computer. But do we have any tool which can view entire data center as a computer and allocating the resources as per their availability, as per their capabilities? Do we have any intelligent tool? I don't want to take care of the custom stuff. Okay, this node is powerful, so I'll assign more container. This node is less powerful, so I'll assign less container. I don't want to do all this work manually. It should be taken care by someone else. So who can do that? Who can do that? Kubernetes. Yes. So guys, if you have understood the problem, all this problem of the limitation of the container technology in the operations, in the production, can be overcome with the help of Kubernetes. So now we understand why do we need Kubernetes. Remember, initially I talked about what is Kubernetes, and then from last 15 minutes I discuss why Kubernetes. Okay, so guys, Kubernetes can manage it. So did you understand that what and why, all of you?
Yeah, and question on why.
Yeah.
So while this inception was on, this was mainly because the problem statement was with data center, because we already had cloud, right, where we have unlimited resources in place, even though ETS is there, for example, for AWS. But what drove this kind of ask? It was more to do with data center, because on premise we cannot. Cloud, we have the resources support, and there comes in between.
Sorry, I could not understand your questions, large part of it. Can you please reword the questions?
So okay, so I was saying that, see, as far as the unlimited usage was there for computing unit, right? The cloud is there to give that unlimited resources. And now when this Kubernetes came, what drove that? It was the problem statement was to do with the data center, like a lot of VMs to be utilized, or what? So why part I am asking that. Answer was cloud, to move to cloud to leverage on the unlimited resource. So why Kubernetes?
See here, we need to come out of this virtual machines world. I'm saying here, if you love container technology, first condition, if you love container technology in your development and QA environment, then same technology you want to enjoy at the production level. So you have a problem. If you are on the VMs technology, then all these things are already established. You are running application not in a container, you are running application in the VM. VMs get IP address. IP address can be load balanced by the internal load balancers. That all set is there from last 20 years. But I am talking about if you love containers, then what? Then how can you manage the multiple Docker engine from one place? How can you make the container accessible to the load balancer? Second problem. How can you make sure that the number of containers which you want to run all the time, given all the time, should be same as what you wanted? It should not be having downtime. Even though if it is a downtime, automatically it should replace the new containers. So those are the problems which I'm talking about, and multiple more. So here, I don't know which way you are trying. There's no unlimited resources here. I'm not talking about unlimited resources. The problem here is, do you love containers? Yes. Do you want to bring these technologies to the production? Yes. Then Kubernetes. Why? Certain problems which you have in the production cannot be solved by the Docker. Simple. Are you getting me what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's more intrinsic. Okay.
Okay, so so guys, yeah. So with that, guys, yeah, I have already stated this statement already, but just I would like to repeat here. Act like you are the owner of cattle, business owner of the cattle. What I'm trying to say here is, from last 2.5 days, we were playing with the containers. Remember containers. 1 container, 2 container, 3 container. So yeah, you may be having some pets in your house also. I'm damn sure about it. Some of you must be having. You may be having 1 pet or 2 pet. So what do? You take care of them. You feed them, you bath, all this thing you do, play with them. You take outside, you bring inside. Something goes wrong, you troubleshoot means something goes wrong, then you take to the doctor. All this stuff you do that. Okay, so if you are the owner of the pets, you do something different. But let's think in this way. You are not the owner of pets. Now you are the business owner of the cattle. When you own the cattle, so why you own the cattle? Because you want to deliver, let's say, 100 liters of milk to your client every day. Let's say you are the business owner of the cattle and you want to deliver 100 liters of milk to your client every day. So can you one fine day, can you tell to your client saying that, boss, listen, my cattle is not working well, my cattle is down, he's ill, so I will not be able to give you the 100 liters of milk. I'll give you only 80 liters of milk or 70 liters of milk. Do you think your client is going to listen you? They will replace you. You will have a loss of business. Yes. So what you will do to avoid the loss of business? So what you will do immediately, those cattle are not performing well, you will leave them aside and then add new cattle, because business important. 100 liters of milk is more important than troubleshooting a cattle. So you will keep the cattle aside and add immediately the new cattle capabilities and fulfill the 100 liters of milk at any cost to your client. Don't you think so? You will do that, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So guys, in this session, in the Kubernetes session, act like a cattle business owner. Do not talk about pets business, like, okay, I want to play with the containers, I want to go inside the containers, I want to come outside of the containers, I want to see the logs of the container, I want to see container got stopped, I want to start the container. All this thing is gone. Pets business, you did it already with the Docker. Now when you are in a Kubernetes session, you have to imagine you are the cattle business. That means you are in operation, you're in production. You have to talk about, okay, I want to run at any given point of the time thousands of container. It should not be 999, it should not be 1001, it should be running. So that kind of business ownership mindset you should come when you are in a Kubernetes session. And who will make this happen for you? Kubernetes. You just need to know how Kubernetes works. Pets versus cattle. So become a cattle business owner in this session. So guys, what is Kubernetes? What is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is a container orchestrator. Now you understand container, what is container very well, I believe so. And it is orchestrator. Orchestrator means that the large scale. Kubernetes can help you to distribute the container at the large scale. That's the reason we call it manage the container at the large scale. Multi-node clusters you can manage with the containers, for the containers. So that is done by the Kubernetes. Now guys, Kubernetes is also workload placement. Workload placement means Kubernetes knows which node is capable, which node is not capable. Accordingly, as per their capability, I will place the work. Work means running the container. That's the work for the Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is very intelligent to decide which node I should run the containers, which node I should not run the container, which node I should run how many containers. Inbuilt capability. Guys, Kubernetes also provide the infrastructure abstraction. That means how it works, please don't worry about that. It works. Simple. It works for you. It will help you to build your health and wealth for organization. Definitely all the complexity is hidden beneath the Kubernetes. So from the outside, you don't need to worry about it, though we will learn about how it works. And guys, Kubernetes will also help you to match the desired state. Desired state means I need thousands of containers running at any given point of the time. That means thousands of containers will be run by the Kubernetes, not by you. If some of these got down, Kubernetes will replace that. It's like a cattle business mindset. So Kubernetes will do all this stuff, not you. So much of work has been outsourced by the Kubernetes when you bring the containers technology to the production. So benefit. I think many of the benefit we have already discussed, guys, but it gives you the speed of deployment. Just imagine, guys, Flipkart big billion sales is going on. Imagine Flipkart big billions sales is going on. And you want to, before the big billion sales, you want to make your capability from the thousands of container to 10,000s of container. Why? You know that because more people, same response time I should serve to the each client. So you have to make this number of servers more. So how can we deploy within a second? I'm stating very clearly within a second, how can you deploy 100 container to 1,000 container? Is there any possibility with the VMs? It will take 5 to 6 minutes minimum for all this to come to running state and then adding to the load balancer. But do we have any tools which can create thousands of container within a second and add it to the load balancer automatically within a second? Is there any capability? That can be done by Kubernetes. Speed of deployment. Look at this, how much time you will save for it. Guys, ability to observe change quickly. Ability to observe change quickly. Guys, I'm sure about it. You have done the shopping of the big billion sales, or Amazon some sales is going on, Myntra some sales is going on. So guys, have you noticed, like, let's say the sales is going to start at 12 a.m. IST, okay, or 10 a.m. IST. So till 9 o'clock, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, the logic, the cost and everything is different. And suddenly the moment is become 10 o'clock, all the logic got changed. Have you noticed this one? Within a 1 second, remember the Flipkart is not running in 1 or 2 or 100 machines. They must be running on thousands of machines. Every logic got changed within a 1 second. It's a new deployment, guys. New business deployment, business logic deployment within a 1 second. So how come it's possible? Are they having the duplicate resources that will increase the cost of the running applications are too much? Are you understanding my the statement? Ability to observe changes quickly, new releases, patches, hot patches. It should be done within a few seconds, not it should be done in a 5 minutes, 10 minutes or hours or something like that. Or duplicating the infrastructure like a blue-green deployment or something like that. Are you understanding or not?
Yes.
Guys,
Yes, sir.
so that can be done by the Kubernetes. Third benefit is ability to recover quickly. Recover means something goes wrong in all the servers, some bad code, bad testing has happened, some functionality has been broken. I want to roll back quickly within a second. I said second, not minute, not hours. Can we do that? Kubernetes can help you here. At the same time, all the complexity which is hidden in the cluster, it's not bothering you. You don't have to do anything as such. Everything is hidden. So these are some of the benefits of the Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is moving fast. So the best way to be in line with the Kubernetes technology is to be using the Kubernetes because it's moving fast. So whatever you learn today many things might not get relevant next year because so much of changes is happening, but the foundation will remain same, but many other things will keep getting added, many things getting deprecated and stuff like that. So yes, guys, so by now we have tried to understood what is Kubernetes, and why do we need Kubernetes? Why do we need Kubernetes? But if you have an interest to know how Kubernetes works, how Kubernetes can give me so much of benefit, it can help you to bring the health for you, wealth for organization, can help you to orchestrate the containers, can help you to solve the networking problem, can help you to workload placement, can help you to the matching the desired state, can help you to do the rollout the new releases within a second, roll back the new release in a second, old release in the second. Many things. How can it be possible? How it works? Basically, I want to know this, how this magic works. So the answer is hidden in the Kubernetes architecture, which is the next session. So guys, before talking about the next session, before talking about the how Kubernetes works, do you have any questions?
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan, and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.